Elephant is part of one of the largest auto insurance companies in the world with operations in 7 countries. But we only have one hometown, Richmond. Thank you, Richmond. We're proud to be one of your fastest growing employers. More care, less cost. That's the Elephant difference.
But obviously it doesn't sit well when you lose to a team. And when you get another crack at them, I bet you guys are kind of licking your chops a little bit.
Yeah, we don't want to overthink it, but of course this is so much building up to this game. We lost during the blackout. We lost one of our best players, and it was just so much building up. On top of that, it's a rivalry game, and we just know how it was. We've kind of felt disrespected, just the way things were handled, and I feel as though we're gonna have a great mindset.
What's it they did that? And I know they have 5 guys that can handle the ball, so they handle the press pretty well. But what else was it that they did, and maybe that you didn't do as well?
Yeah, it was more so what we didn't do. We just were slow. We were sluggish. I mean, we weren't on top of our assignments, and we knew Kendall Anthony's game. We've been played him about 27 times, and we know Kendall Anthony, and we still let Kendall Anthony do what Kendall Anthony do, and finish about 22 big points in the second half. And if anything, we have to cut off the head, but it's extremely hard. That's one of the best players in the league. So Kendall Anthony is the engine that make them go.
You guys have been so well on the road this year, and the other guys were kind of saying how they kind of feed off being just you guys alone and trying to ruin fans' afternoons. I mean, is that something that you thrive on too? Do you enjoy that sort of
thing? Oh yeah, most definitely. I mean, honestly, I feel like we're other teams' Super Bowl to an extent. I just feel like whenever we come to town, it's sold out. Their students are getting up after it, and then we watch film on other teams, and their arenas are empty. But of course, when we go to Richmond, it's going to be sold out. Fans going to be getting after us. They always have stuff to say about VCU, and when you silence a crowd, when the clock hits 0, I mean, it's nothing like it.
What jumps out at you? I know you just touched on it a little bit there, but what jumps out at you about the Robbins Center and going there? I know you've been there a few times before.
I honestly like it. I wish VCU said something like that. It's amazing with the 4 flat screens, and it's renewed. I really like the arena. I think it's a shooter's gym as well. Everything about it. I mean, it's a great campus. It's a great arena. So for the most part, I think we've had a lot of success going in there. And I think it's going to be a great game.
Talk about what the last 6 games since Bree went down. Jaquan, and has he looked different? Has he got a different look to him?
Oh, most definitely. I mean, beginning of the season, of course, with Bree playing a lot of minutes, he didn't really get a chance to get a rhythm and get as comfortable as he wanted to. But now he has no choice, and he's been playing huge for us. And he's a shooter, so that makes it 10 times better when a point guard, can extremely shoot the ball is good for us.
Is there anything in terms of like mindset or the way or his approach or how he's going about his business?
Jaquan's in a good place. He's always smiling now. He's extremely happy. He understands that he got to take full advantage of his opportunity right now. And if you've seen Jaquan in December and now, it's complete opposite. So he's always into it. He's one of the loudest people in the gym now, and I think that's really carrying over to the court.
Do you guys all kind of feel that since Bree went down the last 6 games? Do you guys all feel that like increased urgency from a leadership perspective? Do you all feel like kind of take that undertaking?
Yeah, I mean, Travion has done a good job with just leading by example. I mean, he's not the most vocal, but what he do on the court and what he do in practice every single day is pretty much what we need. And for the younger guys, need to see that this is how you get it done. And then for the most part, I've been trying to speak up a little bit in the huddles, and when I can, just voice my opinion a little bit more because Briante's not really the coach on the floor anymore.
Obviously, won the last couple games, but it seems like have a little more fun, a little more, style, personalities kind of come out. Most of it, making big plays and yelling at the crowd, yourself included. Does it feel that way? A little more confidence, a little more style?
I mean, you always get more confident when your best player come back. We were down 2 players, now we're down 1, and the one that actually came back is probably one of the best players in the league, if not the best. And we get more confidence when we just have more options. So, of course, at one point, me and Jaquan felt like we had to do even more. But now, just play your game and have fun and try to win games.
As a shooter, how does their matchup affect you, trying to come off screens and everything that they do defensively? How does that change the way you have to get open for your shot?
It's complicated. They play like a matchup 2-3 zone, and they point and they switch everything off the ball. So you're not necessarily getting stagger screens for open shots. You got to more so, maneuver and try to create for your own, and you just got to try to make tough shots and take the best ones.
Is there an instance where you think, okay, I'm going to get it, I'm going to have a shot, and then all of a sudden something happens and it changes that fast?
Yeah, it does. I mean, they blitz ball screens. A lot of the times, their rotations are a little different. The way they rotate certain guys to certain areas on the court, just so certain guys won't have to guard certain people. So you may think you got an open shot, and then before you know it, I got to pass this up.
When you talk about that confidence, there was a period before the Richmond game, TCU, that y'all were feeling confident. So having that back, how do you temper it a little bit so you don't get carried up in the moment as you get through the rest of the season?
I think once you get punched in your mouth once, you understand how not to get punched in your mouth again. So, I mean, at that point, we were about on a 12-game win streak. Richmond came in here and, they punched us in the mouth. And I think we lost again, of course, but our sense of urgency went up. We know when we lost, they were close games. We really tried hard. We gave it our all. So, I mean, right now, we're in a really good place as far as what we got to do in the weight room, practice, film room, etc.
You mentioned Trey coming back. How does that help you as a shooter? Do you feel that having him on the floor just kind of gets you some more open looks and maybe relaxes everybody else out there?
Yeah, all I got to do is make them. I think I've been getting some really good looks. They haven't been falling, but, I mean, it's fine because Coach approves of the shots. As long as Coach approves of the shots, then I'm going to continue to take it. And when he wasn't on the floor, I could overhead benches, staying attached and don't leave the shooter. But now they have no choice. If Trey's coming down the lane, you might not want to guard him one-on-one, which I could just sit in the corner and be patient and, get open threes.
What is this senior class meant to you personally, on and off the floor? What have these guys meant to you?
I mean, I've been with these guys for 3 years, so I told them in 2 weeks I would be extremely emotional when I have to talk about, their history here and what they meant to me on and off the court. And, we have so many memories, and it's just a little bit more, a little more touching than when Darius and Troy left. Though I love those guys too, but I just been with these guys for way longer. And
Elephant is part of one of the largest auto insurance companies in the world with operations in 7 countries. But we only have one hometown, Richmond. Thank you, Richmond. We're proud to be one of your fastest growing employers. More care, less cost. That's the Elephant difference.